All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the temperature build. Because if you didn't catch up on my previous video, please go ahead and actually do so. Uh, please go ahead and actually do so. But in my previous video, I took the quiz for the very first time, and as you can basically see here, the first time I scored a. I couldn't follow. If you guys are just new to this, I couldn't follow any of the curriculum out here. It was simply too complicated. I couldn't do it. But rather than go out there and just complain about it, we go out there and we figured out the solution. I popped in a mega prompt. Now I have a whole Claude project that serves as my tutor. And it's not bad, but it still missed a few things, which is like it didn't address temperature, it didn't address response streaming, and these are the two areas that I think I could have possibly missed out on. And in multi-turn conversations, it talked about something else. Something that's actually very important to note is that I wasn't like, as a person that's non-technical, there was no way I could set up Python on my own, and it gave me a solution, which is going with Google Colab, which I recommend for people. It's easy, it's free. I know people love free. So far, I've only popped in about $5,000. I'm not 5,000. I've only popped in about $5 to Claude in terms of tokens, and it still seems like we're running really strong. So let's actually whip up this temperature section right here. Give me a second. And I'm just scrolling down. It's getting longer, 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 longer. Okay. We recommend next steps before we go deeper into agents. Spend 15 minutes on two quick builds. So, okay, build number one, temperature. Add this to your existing Colab code and run it twice. If That's why it's so important to have a Claude tutor, right? I don't know whether I'm gonna just go ahead and actually do this before we go deeper into agents. Okay. Now I'm going to grab all of this right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and actually paste that into the message right here, and I'm going to put it up on top. Can you direct me where to add it into the Colab code? Am I replacing it or am I adding it to the bottom? I'm going to attach a screenshot of the Colab code, and you tell me exactly how you want me to copy and paste um everything they're seeing here on the screen from like response equals agent dot messages. Where do you want me to add it, and what do you want me to do next? I'm a little bit unclear and confused. Be right back in a second. And oh yeah, champs, if you guys have not already, you guys need to get on this voice prompting game, because like typing would have costed me so much more time already, on top of the time that I already spent. And as you can see here, I've just added the screenshot to the very top. I'm trying to protect my API code, my API key, as it's instructing me up until like I'm a goalie for the World Cup final game. Now, this is actually where a lot of times people get stuck, but I feel like it's such a refresher to just have like your own Claude tutor, because it says replace everything in your current. It's like, okay, clear and simple. Here's exactly what to go ahead and do. Replace everything in your current cell with this clean, fresh code. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And like click inside your current code, Command A, select everything, delete it all, paste your fresh code in there, probably two more times. Notice how similar the three answers are. Then do this immediately. And it was the same thing. So I got to go ahead and actually do this into a new cell above the current code, paste that into the new cell. So let's go ahead and do that. I popped it in there two more times, and write down the company names that it appears on the top of each line. And then you should see very similar answers, talent, velocity again, or something nearly identical. And then it says find this line and change it to this. Now it says model, max tokens, and temperature. Okay, so temperature, and then so I'll change it to 1.0, and then now let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, and then you press play 3 times, write down the top answer each time. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna tell you I press play 3 times, just like the directions had asked me to do. I actually didn't know I had to do it for this, but it's not like it's gonna really remember. But I'm gonna say this. So, what? Hang on. Answer number one, and I'm just gonna magnify this for you. It says Talent Warp, a tech recruiting firm that helps companies warp through hiring challenges and connect with top talent at light speed. Other options, if you want alternatives, Nexus Talent, Code Match Labs, Velocity Hire, Synthos Recruiting. Which direction appeals to you most? Answer 2, Talent Synth, a tech recruiting firm that helps companies and tech talent synthesize the perfect match. The name suggests synergy, synthesis, modern tech vibe without generic, easy to remember, and domain friendly. Other alternatives, you want a different vibe? Velocity Talent, Nexus Recruit, Catalyst Careers, Prism Talent. Okay, and that was a screenshot for answer 2, and then answer 3, Talent Vortex, a tech recruiting firm that positions itself as a powerful force piling top talent, energy and momentum, something gravitational. So each and every time I prompt it, I basically get like a different answer. Now I will go ahead and actually say this. Okay, I did not take down the answers for 0.0. I did get all 3 responses for 1.0. I have pasted all of them here. I'm actually just recorded this entire process, so I would like a very searchable YouTube title for this. I still don't know how this relates to the exam or Claude APIs, but I'm just going to run with it with you. So you tell me, what do we have to do next, or is this the end of the video before we go ahead and move on to the next lesson? Okay. What was kind of the point of all this? I'm actually very curious. I ran it 3 times, like you said. And if I didn't get down the responses for 0.0, does it actually make a difference? Also, since I prompted it already 3 times for 0.0, if I was to do it, let's just say another 3 times again, would the answers be different? I also have no idea why the answers are different and how that relates to just even the word temperature. I thought we're talking about heat. How does this also relate to the exam? Talent Warp, Talent Sith. Okay, 3 completely different names, three different explanations, 3 different personalities. I remember 0.0. You got Talent Velocity all 3 times. That difference is the entire point. Why it's called temperature? This is the analogy that usually makes it click. Okay, cold water 0.0, molecules move slowly, predictably, Boiling water 1.0, molecules are flying everywhere, chaotic, unpredictable. Claude's thinking works exactly the same way. Temperature controls how much randomness is injected in Claude's word choices. So low temperature, Claude always picks the most statistically likely next word, predictable and consistent. High temperature, Claude picks a wider range of possible words, surprising, creative, different every single time. How this relates to the exam is going to give you scenarios like scenario A, you're building a customer support bot that answers about return policies. Users are complaining they get different answers to the same questions every single time. What should you change? Lower the temperature towards 0.0. You need consistency, not creativity. Scenario B, you're building a marketing tool that generates 10 different ad headline options. User complains all the headlines sound the same. What should you change? Raise the temperature. Oh, okay. Does it matter that you didn't write down? No, you already saw the talent velocity appear. The concept is locked in. Moving on is fine. Would running 0.0 give no? Most likely no, but not perfectly identical either. At 0.0, at temperature 0.0, Claude is highly consistent but not technical deterministic. You would get talent velocity or something extremely similar almost every single time. At temperature 1.0, you would get something completely different almost every time. Is this the end of the video? Yes, this is a clean stopping point. Why AI gives different answers each time, temperature explained for non-technical people. Why it works, what comes next. Before we start, tell me one thing. Which questions did you get wrong on the official curriculum? I need to close the gap before we move on to Agent Loop. Nothing. I got all the answers correctly. So right now, I'm just going to take all of this right here. And I'm going to do the following. Just to make sure I get it done correctly. Okay. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to go back. It's so important to document everything. And why am I doing it right now with you? Because I know after I turn this thing off, what I want to do is lie down and I can do it. Okay. Hang on. So we have all this context right here, which is important because I'm going to get all of this, press play. Okay. And this is for temperature. And right now, I'm doing all of this because I'm going to tell you why. It's all seems like it makes sense right now, but in a little bit, it might not. You know, it really might not. So you probably want to go ahead and actually consider that too, real quick. What would you do? Plus code. Okay, now I also have timestamps for this. Okay, all right. And then I also have why AI gives different answers every single time. Temperature explained for non-technical. I'm going to call this one right here. I'm going to grab that. Give me a second. And I'm going to have this. I'm also going to just make sure I have all of this is right here, champs. You just got to get it right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab this really quick. Let's get it. See you in the next one. I think we're going to be talking about agent loops. So I'm going to let it know. I'm going to go all the way back up here. No, I had all the other questions correct, and now I think I'm ready for the next session, which is going to be agent loops. I'm pasting it in here, and let's get it. Also, what should be the YouTube title, the highly searchable YouTube title for the next YouTube video that we're going to be doing? And so it begins. All right, folks, we are now on to the next. See y'all for the agent loop video. Okay, talk to you soon.